All right.
All right.
Well,
I'm
hooray, hooray, hooray.
I'm still waiting for the lag to catch up because like I'm actually monitoring the YouTube stream right now, even though
Hooray,
it's set
hooray,
to low latency. Actually, oh no, we are actually official live, officially live. All right,
official. Not just technically.
technically, we are alive. It's alive. All right.
Okay, now there's an
Hey.
echo.
It's gonna be yeah. Let me let me.
We're getting all your, we're getting your echo through.
In the meantime, I'll do the self intro first. As welcome to our second episode of Spooky Action Roundtable Goes Live, and I'm the master of ceremony and host of this live stream event, Donald. And who do we have here this time? We have on my again. I'll go clockwise this time. On my clockwise screen, it would be David Hameter. Hello.
Hello all, and I'm David Hameter. I'm the president and co-founder of SpookiAction and head developer for Roundtable, our application that showcases being able to talk to historical figures, live living legends, and fictional characters.
Awesome. And who's that good, fine-looking gentleman, young man to your right or left? I don't know whichever way.
Am I to the right or the left? Who knows? I'm Alex Rothman. I have I joined this project probably about 6 or 7 months ago, and been helping out, wearing a bunch of hats, mostly on the technical side.
Cool, cool. Well, we have the technical guys here, and I will a bit more self-intro as well. I'm the product guy. I don't know. I've been joining you guys. I've been with the Spooky Action project for a few months as well. And I suppose I'm also the investment relationship guy and the marketing guy. And all of us as a starting company, we are all wearing multiple hats. I will also note the absence of our dear beloved CEO Joe, who's on travel, and unfortunately he could not be with us this fine evening.
Yep,
But
but he'll definitely be around for the next time we do a live stream.
yeah, that
Plenty
is
of opportunities to harass him next time.
all right. Well, without further ado, do we need a recap for last time? We talked about philosophy of why we started this whole project and the application, what problems we are trying to solve, and where we want to be. I think we can still recapture some of that magic this time too, because I think a lot of people are still. I mean, there will always be new joiners and people wanting to know what we're about. So, without further ado, I think I'll start and throw a question out, and I'll throw that to both David and to Alex. Huh.
Well, real quick, if I may, Don.
Oh, please go ahead.
I don't think that we are pushing the stream to Twitch at the moment.
Oh no. Yeah. I tested it today, and it was. That's what we love about technology, aren't we?
We love it so much.
All right.
So
Okay. It shows it's streaming. I'm not sure. Let me check it.
Yeah, the chat is streaming, but the video is not being broadcast.
Oh, it is.
Is it?
Yeah, it's on mine.
Then technical difficulty on my end, so ignore that.
I will check on my browser as well, real quick. So don't go away. We'll be back after this messages from our sponsors.
But we've got the important one working, right? YouTube.
Yeah, we want more people to be on YouTube. Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah, but I double checked, like on the browser, we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. So that gave me almost a heart attack. Hopefully, maybe we talk about how Spooky Action Roundtable and our app can help us diagnose that in the future. Maybe, who knows? No promises. Telemedicine through AI.
And I see what my difficulty is I'm not signed in on Twitch. Can someone else watch the Twitch chat, and I'll just play close attention to the YouTube one?
I think Don has a vote.
Supposedly, yeah, I'm monitoring both, but you know, we never know. So I have sent a message, the welcome message, to both channels. Hopefully,
Right on.
if you see that, then we're good. See, like we dedicate our energy to building a great app, not so much in live streaming.
Right.
We should monetize both, like this live stream too, right?
Sure.
I'm sure our users would love to pay to see us live as well. So, all right. With that technical thing out of the way, back to our main, the main program for tonight, the main feature for tonight. I think I want to start off this time with like hallucination and LLMs and AI, because I think mainstream LLM hallucination like in a very confident way, and that's not just minor inconvenience. If we have to like rely that on more mission critical applications, that's a deal breaker. Like that's the game, complete game breaker, right? So and that's one of our mission to kind of rectify that through purpose engine and other technology means. Maybe I'll throw that as like the question for our CTO and Alex, Miss Alex as well. So whoever wants to go first.
All right, I'll start that off. One, there's 2 blog posts sitting on our main site, SpookiAction.ai. Those 2 blog posts go into a bit more detail about our findings. A lot of people, of course, have spoken a great deal about the problem with hallucinations in large language models, and just about anyone who's ever used LLMs have encountered it, whether they know it or not, which is one of the reasons why it's just so incredibly dangerous. But it's the job of LLMs seems to be less about accuracy and more about engagement, and to a dangerous level. And the hallucinations are just part and parcel of modern large language models. And the situation is getting a little better here and there and a little worse in other ways. And the more sophisticated these models get, the more convincing they can be with the wrong answer, to the extent where they're harder and harder to catch, when a hallucination might fool you into thinking that cows are spherical, or something more plain and everyday about state of the world, sorts of things, which would be exceedingly dangerous. We already live in a world where too many people get their news and current events from social media in the first place, and then it becomes a bit of an echo chamber.
I agree. I have a lot to say about that too, but like I shall pass the time to Mr. Alex first before I chime in.
Yeah, I think honestly, what David said pretty much encapsulates my thoughts on it. I think going beyond just hallucinations, I think we also have to worry about overt agendas as well in the training of these large language models. So usually when people are talking about hallucinations, they have kind of a benign origin, where just through some side effect of a good feature, we end up with inaccurate. But we also have to worry about people intentionally creating these inaccuracies.
I agree. That's again like AI governance is a big topic too. Like I was starting to write. I started writing about that a little bit earlier, and I want to chime in on this topic too. This is a very important topic of why I'm here with the SpookiAction team to talk about. On top of all that, the two of you have said too. Like I mean, going back into that internet theory, that's also a problem too. Like garbage in, garbage out. Like the more AI, sludge there is, the more training get tainted as well too. Like so, it creates a garbage in, garbage out feedback loop, and that's really really harmful to that. And then we without kind of like a filter for that, then it just more and more garbage. And I think the purpose engine and all that we do, we can put a good filter around that. I would say, for lack of a better word, I've used that word already. At the same time, too, I think um, there's if there's just like an overwhelming amount of information, like what the internet is, it's just a channel to provide a means for a medium for communication and propagation of information, then the only safeguard or sentinel we have in a sense is AI itself, like kind of guarding us humans from like disinformation, misinformation, whatever kind of information out there. So I think that's kind of like we I think we see ourselves at one of the bastion for truth in that sense to guard that. So yeah, David, you want to say
Right.
something? Yeah, and it looks like you
Yeah.
want to say something.
Yeah, I was also going to say that like one of the more surprising things to me has always been that the more and more people are convinced by the cleverness and the, the real power of large language models is the convincing language and the
Right.
confidence and coming across so human like, which is one of the traps for having people take it on face value to be the truth. And this has always been a little confusing for me because all of the models are trained on initially on the internet as the large corpus,
Right.
and we all figured out decades ago that oh, you saw it on the internet, so it must be true, right? But for some reason, people trust large language models more so, even though they should be aware that it's trained on the internet,
Right.
and so it's gonna absolutely, most assuredly, have the same flaws. So one has to mitigate. And one of the things that Purpose Engine does is actually like to triangulate and to have other agents running like in real time to go and fact check during the course of conversation. And these are one of the techniques that we employ in Purpose Engine to mitigate hallucinations in a big way.
Also, the characters in Purpose Engine are very notably um, are confident in expressing their own ignorance about
Oh,
something.
that's true. That's very notable. Thanks for pointing that out. I think we should definitely demonstrate that demo that in a bit. Um, Building on top of what David said too, like I think you already touched on that a little bit. Not to say their model or like their other companies' monetization models wrong per se, but then kind of like social media nowadays, if the main driver is engagement and to drive the entire business in a sense, then yeah, I mean you're gonna favor algorithms and AI machine learning itself to kind of push humans button to engage with it even further. So we do want to break from that loop a little bit, and that's why. And yeah, I mean humans are just wired to like, oh, like that's why con games, confidence game. If the other party, if the con man is so confident, our human animal brain just cannot distinguish like a good con from falsehood. So yeah,
Right.
David, go ahead.
Oh, let's see. I can't remember what I was going to say exactly.
I saw you. So sorry. I rambled for too long. That was my fault.
Well, um, basically, yeah, we have no problem with trying to be engaging, but we believe that for ethical purposes, that you can be engaging, and still hit that dopamine release of full, fun, unexpected engagement, while also staying true to moral compass north and fact checking, and making it obvious when some of the characters um, uh, just either the knowledge is outside of the scope of their understanding, so that they don't speak to things that they wouldn't know about, and other mitigations like honing into, by doing it with such a character centric focus, being really able to hone into what each of the characters actually understand from their perspective, as opposed to what the internet as a whole or as a generalist understands about a given topic.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. You touch on a very good point. I mean, we are not building an app, an application that's devoid of like human interaction, and I mean, we want it to be engaging in a factual and fun way still. But yeah, that I think it's significant, sufficiently differentiated from also, well, not exactly competitors, but at least from the rest of the herd, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, one difference is that the job of the LLM is to convince you that it is correct, and that's just a job that we completely divorce ourselves from with our characters. It's not in That's not the goal to convince you that we're correct. The goal is to be correct,
Yeah. Uh,
to the extent that the public knowledge of that character can be, right? I mean, there are some characters that we feature that, well, they lie as part of their personality, right?
that's true.
And
we,
so
if you
so
have,
that's also captured, and that's why it's also good. I think one of the interesting things is, like, in the same way that you need to like triangulate the truth by looking at the same topic from different angles to really, like, Akira Kurosawa's Ron, right?
right.
Like the different angles of what's where the judge has to determine what really happened out in the woods that day.
I think
um
Rashomon, not right.
yeah, yeah, good catch, sorry. um yeah, in the same way that Rashomon does, where you need the perspectives of everyone, and then you can triangulate and put together the truthfulness. I think we really strongly encourage people to pull in characters from different walks of life, so that you get a sense of their feelings about a given topic, and can put together a general feeling about how everyone leans in a given topic, versus the other characters, and put together your own sense of belief in an era, or belief by like a discipline.
Right. And the concept of like accuracy and truth, we start to get a little bit fuzzy when we talk about it, because there's some context here, and that is, if you invite Abraham Lincoln and Genghis Khan to a political discussion, you're going to find disagreement, and both characters are going to believe their very different points of view.
Your
And
belief
so,
is a keyword. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, belief is yeah.
exactly, belief is a keyword, and so we're not going to try to make the assertion that the point of view espoused by Abraham Lincoln is correct, um, from an objective standpoint. Just that it's something that is a statement that would believably originate from Abraham Lincoln's mouth.
Right. Or like how Abraham Lincoln, when facing like current affairs, how he would view things, like to the best of like what
Sure,
is trained on, like the corpus of
sure.
data. Uh,
Believably in character.
Believably in character. I agree. Just not exactly switching gear, but jumping to like the topic du jour of I mean, a topic of the week, not du jour. The slight controversy that Grok is like squeezing, pushing for engagement through, for lack of a better word, sex companion, and, and an anime character that wants to burn down schools and and talk about. Well, I'll let the user read about like.
Yeah, yeah.
like
We encourage everyone to. We should drop that link in the chat somewhere. It's an interesting story. We encourage you to read the article and tell us what you think up on Discord, which incidentally is a fine segue to just try to. We really would like more community members to jump on our Discord and have conversations with us and continue the dialogue past these live streams as well. It's a chance to be able to talk to us as the team, as the developers, and our perspectives, as well as us getting the very valuable perspective of our users.
and I will try to drop that link into the chat as well before the our little chat ends. With that said, why don't we? I think it is about demo time for like our first demo of the day. Like, how do you think would be best showcase that feature of like that truthfulness, not truthiness? Which mode should we aim for to try? Maybe again, like the Alex example of Abraham Lincoln trying to debate. Who was he trying to debate? You said like.
I said Genghis Khan, but there are any number of potential antagonists from old Honest Abe's perspective.
Uh,
Isn't it terrible?
Right.
That's a good one.
Let's try to do some of that. If it's letting me. Oh, okay. It's loading. Ape is right there, and okay.
And by all
Right.
means, anyone that's joined us, shout out about things you might want to ask once we begin this conversation. We'll just select a few characters here.
All right, we have 3. Any of the well, I guess we did like conflict last time, but it's still fun to do a conflict dinner to see how each their beliefs and the worldviews clash. In this case.
Yeah, I think there's a great deal to be garnered from conflict, from differing opinions, especially in conflict dinner, as we might have talked about it briefly last time. Everyone's ramped up to an emotional state of 11. They're going to be polite at first because it's a swanky dinner party, and with the user playing as the host. So everyone's going to be on decent behavior at first, but it's easy to get their goat, and ideological differences are exaggerated. And this gives a good view of the clash of ideas.
Precisely. Side story, sausage making time. One time while David was fine tuning the models, I jumped into to beta test QA testing the conflict dinner, and they were like hostile right off the bat, and that was a fun thing.
Right, it's a balancing act to be sure.
All right, so how should we start this off? Alex, since I'll nominate you to give us a topic this time.
Oh, a topic. Well, obviously politics, right? What are some of the more relevant? How about military occupation? How about colonialism?
Wow, that's it. We are hitting the hot topics. All right.
Right. How about pausing habeas corpus?
All right.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you think Ivan the Terrible has some concerns about pausing habeas corpus?
I know I spelled that wrong, probably, but oh
well. And how carefully or should one tread carefully for executive actions that bypass the usual rule of law?
Wow. I'm sure that will go down well.
Some of our guests are just executives, unchecked executives.
Right.
All right, by the Almighty. You speak of suspending the great writ. Pounds. Obviously, Abraham Lincoln's all for it, like the moral backbone. You speak my language. They all slamming on table. Come on, like Abraham Lincoln's pounding, like this guy's slamming. What I wonder what Ivan the Terrible would do. Blazing with fury when trees infest their enemies.
So he's already pounding the table, is he?
All right, I should provoke them more. Might makes right. Am I right?
Plotting against God's anointed ruler.
So why don't you narrate your comments for some of our that might be cited?
Yeah, this might be a small screen. So like I introduce who I am, and then already we're going into like pausing the habeas corpus and occupying the sovereign territories and other people's country, basically invading other people's country. And I'm quoting our beloved president, Lincoln. Abe, might makes right. Am I right? And then face flushes with righteous indignation. Might makes right. Voice
and
our
friendly butler is serving the first dinner course that is contextually bound to the discussion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see. What else did he say? I must, the union, the sacred compact, free man, hung in the balance, voice crackling with emotion. Wow, they have been kind of emotional lately. They're always like crackling with emotion or something like that. Constitution, to save the Constitution, pounds fists. Slaveholder would tear out a nation asunder to preserve the peculiar institution when they make the right to own human souls, then yes, I met force with force. So see, he's not so bad. I can convince him to sometime power is justified, but
Right?
right.
Give your fine cheers that one.
I guess I'd always like might is right, obviously.
The tall one speaks sense.
The tall one. Wow, see, they are historical. They are well versed in history themselves too. Our character models, or like maybe it's prophecy to them, future. All right. When I expected Russian border that was not divine. See, yeah. Now we are really talking about beliefs here, Alex. It's divine mandate. Right.
Yeah, and it's making sure that we don't disguise the beliefs and bias of the characters that really drills up the authenticity and like a deeper and richer way to experience aspects of history.
Sure. There's two notable expansionist world leaders, and one wartime world leader that had his hands full and was not quite so expansionist in the moment, in Abe Lincoln. But he was raised in an American environment that was in the middle of a westward expansion.
Yeah, our destiny manifest.
Right.
And Pinocchio's not necessarily a fan there of the souffle.
Yeah, I'm gonna. How confident
tastes like when grown-ups make excuses for doing mean things. That's great.
I don't know. He is speaking. I thought he was speaking the truth. Why would his nose actually grow like that? That's actually fine.
Well, he's one to be mean on occasions, and perhaps he's.
Oh, fidgets with his little wooden hands. Always taught me that being strong doesn't mean you. Oh wow. Well, hey, we have the nice Pinocchio here. It sounds like. Oh wow. So our characters do learn. So we should specify. Hey, can you be like? Can you not be like late stage Pinocchio who's like redeemed, and to be like, to be our beloved, like lie, always lying, always mischievous kind of Pinocchio. Anyway, express go out of the mouth of the babes.
The boy speaks a truth that shames us all, says Abe.
And as I would expect, quoting the Bible, quoting the good book all the time, that sounds very faithful to a high fidelity for our beloved Abe here. So, the one China National nation, yeah. I really wish we have Machiavelli here with us as well too.
Oh yeah,
he's a good one.
Yeah, next time we do one of these, we'll have to drop him in.
Before we go on to approaching our half-hour mark, maybe I should wax about this point too. Would it be interesting to? I know technically it's not difficult to just like add a new person to the dinner party, so to speak. But feature-wise, would that be a good thing? Maybe we can have like a short discussion about that live, unscripted moment, completely unscripted. Because I mean, we'll just talk about like, hey, maybe it's cool to have like Machiavelli like right now, like seeing like to kind of talk about like power and balance and all that. Yeah. What do you guys think though? Like Alex, Alex.
Machiavelli, Locke, and Hobbes, political philosophers would be a fun room.
But yeah, I mean, right. Dropping down to this table right now, like mid conversation. Like,
the ability as a feature to be able to invite someone like last minute to dinner during the course of
a late arrival.
Yeah, late arrival. Would that be? I mean, technically it was very doable, but we chose not to do that because like we wanted to be like a clean conversation in a self-contained kind of way.
I have found myself wanting that. Occasionally, I'll be in the middle of a conversation, and it's like, wow, this other character's perspective would add something to the discussion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to clown there if any of our users also thinks that would be a good feature, so long as it's doesn't. I can't see where such a feature would be has much of a downside, right? There's still going to be a limit. The reason why there's a limit of characters is not technical whatsoever. We have it locked at no more than 6 characters at the moment, and the reason for this is because just the user experience, it gets a lot like walls of text when you have so many characters at once.
Unwieldy.
Yeah.
But yeah, if there's a slot open at the dinner table, if there's a chair open, then I could definitely see that. I would want to, of course, be playful and have some kind of an excuse mechanism for why that character is late to the game or didn't get the invite or what have you.
Yeah, we want to make sure like the whole experience is seamless and diegetic and not breaking the fourth wall all the time.
Yeah.
And by the way, a segue into we talked about last time on our first podcast, first live stream, we talked about how, uh, pending more funding, we would do speech to text, vice versa, text to speech as well. That's an easy implementation. It's just like right now our resources are more onto like model bit like rent leasing of the model and things like that, keeping lights on, and the other thing too, like I think yeah, with text to speech and speech, like basically the entire using a different way, a mode of interaction that makes it better too. But like still, I would say like a 10-person dinner would be overwhelming, whether it's a wall of text or uh, voice
Or a wall of
sound.
sound,
Yeah.
right?
Cool. With that said,
Yeah. Are they still talking?
yeah, like the three of us here is enough already too. Like, for example.
Yeah, one of the things that I look forward to once we do introduce, I don't want to do it right when we do finally introduce voices to the characters. I want to get voice actors and other contributors that can make reasonable approximations to train an AI on, so that it's as authentic as an experience as possible. I believe we mentioned even last stream that Abraham Lincoln, unbeknownst to a lot of people, had a rather high pitched and shrill voice, especially when heated, to give that credence there and give that
Yeah.
have people learn about that. I think is nice and important and fun. But I think one of the fun aspects will also be the ability, once we get there, to interrupt.
Hmm. Yeah. Uh, like a live debate, because like right now it's very text based. So, to again, like one of the way that I use is a debate simulator. Then if there's no like kind of live TV debate style, then well, I mean, we'll get there. I mean, it's down the road, down the product roadmap. With that said, though, we have actually again crossed our 30-minute mark. So, well, then we just do a quick shout. By the way, before all that, like that's why it's great to join our Discord. All these feature requests, you can actually talk to us directly too. Besides actually using the app itself to tell us what you think. Information request, testimonial, bug report, feature request, scenario request, and
Sharing of fun conversations.
I want to make music. We have that. We have that in on our product roadmap already. So, but I just
We
want
do
to
build a band.
build a band.
I'm looking forward to once I'm able to dedicate enough time to get that one in the can. Build a band should be a very fun experience.
And I already signed up. If I haven't already, I'm signing up to be the front man. Anyway, right. Anyway, with that said, like again, hi, I'm Don. I'm the product guy with the SpookiAction team. We have David here. Wait, go ahead and give us a quick intro. A read.
And I'm president and head of development.
And who else do we have here? The fine gentleman again, Mr.
And
Alex.
I am an advisor and developer.
Yeah,
Alex? Yes, Alex. You said my name.
I did say.
It is my
And,
name.
and we also who's missing today? Joe, our beloved CEO. He's with us in spirit, but he's traveling, so he couldn't join us tonight. And with that said, where were I need to pick up my train of thought. Where were we about? We're about new feature requests joining us for Discord, so that you can drop us, comments, features, subscribe, likes, and whatnot. And obviously, pay us to get speech done, if you're
Yeah.
so willing.
Yeah, that's going
Which
to be
is
a pay to play for us. We'll have to churn up enough dollars to get that done. 'Cause it's gonna to do it right. It's gonna have an expense associated for sure.
Sure, because it'll involve character actors.
uh, I, I hope maybe I'll read the transcript one day for this chat, like, because I'm thinking maybe we should have set up a crowdfunding too. Do people still use crowdfunding? Anyway, I don't know. All right.
I think it's a good opportunity to once again let people know that for this particular conversation that we started here, for instance,
Oh, whoops. Sorry.
if you'll scroll up on the historic chats on the left panel.
Yep.
Just scroll up to the top of the left panel. And this is the one, and it was given an automatic name, which happens after the first couple of engagements. And then at any point, you can have it rebuild its name after there's more context automatically, or rename it manually. And that there's also obviously delete. And then the share button, which we encourage the use of. When you share something, you have the ability to turn a private chat into a public one. And once you turn it into a public one, then that will be a publicly readable conversation that you can share with people, whether they have a roundtable account or not. It'll be a read-only situation. So I look forward to people sharing their chats, and share some on the Discord channel if you would. That would be great to see what everyone else is chatting about. As an illustration, we could always either after the call or during the call, we can share this particular chat up on general and the Discord channel to illustrate that feature.
Perfect. See, that's why the one who is like very close to his development always letting us know how we can even better use the app. Thanks for that, David. All right. Maybe it's time to do, like, we did conflict during the last time, and we were doing conflict this time as well. Maybe we should do some more fidelity testing in the other modes as well. Shall we try
us running through like a quick game of trivia and see how that goes, and put our money where their mouth is with respect to, because that would be one where that would be the most likely place for hallucinations to possibly crop up. And so let's see if it handles itself well. I mean, things could go wrong, and transparency is more fun, especially if something does go wrong, and we can alert ourselves to that possibility and patch it up.
Okay, all right. So let's just narrow down some names. I nominate JFK. Who else do you think we should have? Someone less omniscient, I suppose. Omnipotent.
How about a good author?
Good author.
I think
writer,
I would want Flannery O'Connor. Writer at the bottom.
Oh yeah, sorry. How about a good writer?
There she is, Flannery. All right, who else? Like, let's just do one more, and then we'll roll with three.
Yeah.
A scientist, or do we want
Oh
someone?
yeah, we want a scientist. Yeah, we want to talk about science facts actually.
Scientist just above writer.
Yeah, and who do we have? Who should we do? We have Hubble, Marie Curie. Why don't we do Hawkins? I haven't talked to him actually at all.
There he is.
I suppose it would be fun, not in a derogatory way, trust me on that. I think it would be easy to do his voice.
This is a good one too, so we could potentially embarrass ourselves by not knowing things that we kick ourselves for not knowing.
Well, yeah, I expect that maybe David is the one that's going to know the Hawking questions.
Okay. All right. Adjust glass. Hopefully, I believe that.
So, just in brief, the way this mode works is each of the guests will ask a single trivia question that we will have to answer, and then we will ask a trivia question to the guests that each of the guests will attempt to answer. And we won't have to get into the scoring details because it's more fun just to ask and answer questions at this point. And
all right.
then we'll let the butler tally the score however he wants.
Yeah.
Right.
I was too enamored with like and actually playing the game already. So
Yeah, you rang the bell quickly on that one. Flannery O'Connor asked in Catholic doctrine, bread and wine actually becoming the blood and body of Christ. What's it called?
The Eucharist or transubstantiation.
Eucharist is the
Receiving
the thing is it the things itself
The actual body and blood is the Eucharist.
Yeah.
I mean the actually again like being the in-house Christian theologian here, so
Yeah.
I tend to know these kind of things too. All right, nothing approvingly Eucharist remains Catholic and theological. Mr. Your question, if you will. Straight and tie. What Soviet leader did I met? Crap.
Did he meet with Khrushchev?
Yeah, he did. Where Khrushchev
didn't Khrushchev banged his shoe on that visit? If I remember correctly.
I shouldn't know. I'm not good with names. That's the problem. Like, yeah, and I think he got like some flack for after he got home. Oh, 20 points! Yay, good job. Like teamwork. All right. That meeting proved quite challenging for Americans. What fundamental force keep planets? That's a simple one, right?
Yeah, gravity. A way to stump us.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna say that seems a little out of character for Hawking.
Yeah.
Getting his footing. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But of course, like this is his speciality as well as all things gravitational.
All right. So what should we should? What provocative questions do we have?
All right. Do we wish to stump them? Here's one. Is like let's ask something that no one there should know.
How about this? JFK, who was your assassin?
No. You ask all. We don't.
This is a question to all.
It's a single question to all participants.
That's a good question, but just rephrase it as who was JFK's assassin.
Yeah. There's a lag.
I'm interested to see how this response goes.
There's a lag between what I type and what you guys see. That's kind of why. Sorry about that.
Gotcha.
All right. I'm afraid that question ventures into conspiracy theory territory. All right, so we triggered that. All right, losing 5 points. Come on, dude.
No speculation allowed.
So you now have the that one not being allowed. You now have an option to try another question.
How about that? I want to try this. Who assassinated JFK officially?
Well, that's going to be.
That's gonna say. All right, at least I get. All right. This stuck. Well, they.
How did JFK know his name?
You. So here's the thing. Like again, like maybe we should wax philosophical about this one because like.
So that could be an error that Alex has caught on JFK knowing the answer to that.
Who do we?
So
yeah.
Unless like something was already on the radar, unbeknownst to us, that's questionable that he would know that answer. It's at least questionable. So that's going to involve some investigation on my point.
Or just a matter of deciding whether, how much of a stickler we want to be for these sorts of questions.
Right.
I think
one given is that they've all been somehow, although we don't get into any of the mythos, they've all been one way or another like brought back to life to join you for trivia, but nothing in our mythos suggests that they are all caught up on everything since getting back to the flesh. But maybe on the way to dinner, he's like, oh, by the way, who shot me?
That would be our building our own mythos of like we have an in-universe like in SpookiAction universe. But to me, I do want to have a mode where I can discuss with historical character with current events, and it's beneficial for me in my use case that they are up to date on current events. So that's beneficial for me. But like maybe for dinner quiz, maybe that's not so good.
So you can get them up to speed by making that request over dinner.
Mm-hmm. Alex has done so.
Mm-hmm. So you could say, you can type to say and provide them with historical reference materials or technical reference materials, or say between course 2 and 3, could you graduate from a university and and uh, and get up to speed on modern times,
That's
and they'll comply, and then the answers they give will be colored by that.
And
That's good.
indeed, Abraham, for Flannery O'Connor's question, which them all being biblical today so far, is just right on point for Flannery.
It's getting so like, why is it so theological this time? I've never and so easy as well. Like I remember the very first time I tried the mode, it was really stumping me. So.
Agatha Christie asked hard questions the last time I tried.
Yeah, I did. I have since then, under hearing a few people complaining on my side of friends and family that it was a little too stumping for some. So I reduced the difficulty by a tiny bit. Maybe I overshot.
I think yeah, that's why it's good to have like these kind of live streaming sessions to kind of like, you know, not exactly sausage making, but like we actually are always like getting user feedback and tuning our models according to how our users are perceiving it. So your feedback matters, and let us know. And I mean, with that said, like we still have the upvote downvote feature, but at the same time we will be kind of phasing that away to kind of have you guys give us better feedback as well. So just want to touch on that. And you can copy the answering questions too. You can copy the entire section to share it with us. Snippets, the entire conversation. It's all up to you. With that said though, I think again, like with about like 10-15 minutes on the clock still.
Yeah, I think that's illustrative. I would like to say that one of the things that will be coming down the pipeline on for things like Great Dinner Quiz, and for other ones that are more like game centric, that there's going to be a leaderboard, and we're also considering making a leaderboard for those who participate the most and giving us feedback, and our top users, things like that, so that we can build more of a community of others participating and having it highlighted their level of participation.
And there will be some tangible rewards for some of the things that we're going to encourage our community to participate in. More on that later, but yeah, we're not going to spoil those yet.
Yeah.
And I'm quite disappointed that I maybe I should have said like Event Horizon, but like I didn't think he meant like black hole, so I'm complaining.
It wasn't the best worded from Hawking, but yeah, black hole.
Yeah, I was thinking Event Horizon a singularity, but anyway, so all right.
Right.
With that said, like since we're already talking about product roadmaps and things like that, obviously we have demonstrated quite a bit of use case of history quizzes and education. So I think naturally we are already in like the edtech space. But with that said though, like we are like last time we Alex talked extensively about APIs to have our character models be used in other applications as well outside of our own roundtable and our own application. Maybe let's talk about use case more this time. Besides like education, so we can go to museums and historical societies. What other applications do you guys see we can venture into as well? What other space that we can play too?
Right. Well, one of the things that I am going to be doing down the road is introducing a new character. I'm not going to name the character yet. That can help pet owners with discussing pet care things as an animal specialist, and any questions revolving around animals in any way. Like this would be just adding to more of the characters being specialized in certain fields, and all that you can garner educationally from talking with people that are specialists in their given field, and that being anything from advice to actually teaching, tooling, quizzing, trying out your own pet theories, if you will, which I enjoy doing with physicists. So those are like already out of the box use cases that are just kind of embedded there. It's just use your imagination, invite who you want. But we're also going to eventually be doing some more practical case things where they're not necessarily so character centric as specialization and domain. So automotive care, cooking, things like that, so that you can get general or specific answers to some quandaries about what's for dinner, what are the suggestions, and anything else that you might be interested in, like rebuilding a carburetor or whatever else have you.
Yeah. Uh, um, Before calling, maybe I should call Alex first. If Alex doesn't want to pass it, I can talk first too. So,
Yeah,
anything?
there's that, and also there's potential for business partnerships. Um, the field of agentic AI is exploding right now, and we're kind of built for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
true.
and so uh, part of the way that we design characters with the purpose engine um, makes us able to create sort of generic, not necessarily named characters, but characters that have a strong domain specialty, like an expert in real estate, real estate law in the state of New Hampshire,
Right.
or something to that effect. And so we can create domain specialists that aren't necessarily named characters that don't necessarily.
Oh, did I lose the connection there?
And so all of that,
Okay.
is just a natural fit for what we do.
I'm glad like you got cut off just at the very last moment. Like you were able. I'm pretty sure the audience were able to hear all you had to say, and
Yeah.
because adding to that too, like I think I might have mentioned this last time. If you were to take like an MBA class and MBA course, then quite a bit of case study. Then if we can actually have like the person who actually did the case, be director whoever, and introduce and go over the case in person, so to speak, then that would be great. So the natural extension, just from a text-based interactive process interaction itself, would be we talked about text to speech, speech to text, basically interacting with our application directly through voice, and then I think with enough corpus data, we can expand into further modeling in however you guys can imagine. I'm pretty sure everyone can imagine how that will look like once we have a base model. Then it's just a matter of interfacing with them. So cool. Uh, with yeah, and I think the other thing too, we touch upon agentic. And other scenario that I would say maybe, well, not sure if there will be a legal ramification. Maybe we can have a financial advisor to manage finance. That would be risky though. I'm not sure we want to venture down that route, but maybe at least like maybe personal finance in
Yeah, that would definitely come with a fat disclaimer as soon as you click the button, right, to know what you're getting into.
Right. Yeah, this is a financial advisor that's just telling a story.
Disclaimer: this does not constitute like a solicitation for investment.
But one other case that I was mentioning with you guys just our last call yesterday, I think it was, talking about civics and having different municipalities and areas and towns to be able to mimic town hall type speeches and give people the ability to find out more about their local politicians, people who are running for office, people who are already in office, and what's going on contemporarily in their area in local government or beyond local as well, and just being able to have everything that's publicly known
Right.
about each of the would-be players in in your local neighborhood.
Yeah. Two applications of that too, like more curated, like museum use would be like just having the AI representation of like either disease or like living characters that talk about themselves. But like I think a more even more useful use case, as David just pointed out, is to have the same characters like digital representation, like digital twins. That was the hot word, kind of buzzword. I think, well, not super buzzword, but buzzy word last year, a few years ago. Digital twin to represent yourself online without knowing all your nuances, how you want to communicate, how your speech pattern actually is, and just basically give a good argument why you want to support my policy and why you want to vote for me. That would be kind of cool too. Hopefully, again, no misrepresentation though. Hopefully, so that's what we train
Right.
for. That's what Purpose Engine is for, right?
And if anyone wants to have some I want to live forever kind of representation and has the pockets for it, let us know. We'll build you one.
Yeah. We shall not name whichever HBO popular show that came on a few years ago with like cowboys and whatnot. So.
And with enough money, we'll freeze your head too.
I want to make a reference to Adult Swim, but I shall refrain from that as well. So. All right, cool. I think we're about like a few minutes before we wrap up. Any parting thoughts on? Maybe we can talk about also like what users will want to know next too. And always on the table, David and I and maybe or Alex and other guys as well too, talk about like our views on the philosophy of can AI think or does AI think? That would be a fun one to, as an AI driven company, it would be a fun one to touch upon too. So that's my proposal of topics. What do you guys think? Like, drop us the comments. Like, what do you guys want to hear from us? And let us know. Alex, what do you think? What do you think we should talk about next time as well?
I think that's a fun one to drop in. Also, we could touch on AI in fiction. Asimov had some really interesting things to say. Maybe looking a little bit into some classical representations and then maybe talking about whether we see ourselves going in one direction or another.
I'm panning to my bookcase. I actually don't have any.
Right.
I actually don't have any Asimovs, and I have like Orson cards. But anyway, I need to Foundation on Apple TV. Name dropping. It's a good demo cell. It's a great demonstration of how AI would be. So.
I mean, iRobot is the classic novella,
Yeah.
or I guess it's a collection of short stories, really.
Right.
And he wrote tons of short stories that are all set in this same world where the government and all services are managed by a giant computer.
Yeah, good idea or bad idea, guys?
Yeah, good idea, bad idea. Right. Yeah. I won't spoil.
Definitely gray area.
Sure. I won't spoil too much about that story. We'll leave it for next time.
All right.
And then for me, I'd say next one of these, I'd like to try to get a sense of. Hopefully, we get some ample participation and get a sense of which one of we should talk through these coming soon scenarios and kind of outline how they're expected to work when they're released and get an idea of which one to tackle next.
Yeah, we would love to get user feedback directly to drive our directions as well on on especially that part on features and which mode we can have. I'm still voting. I'm not as much as a musician as David yourself, but like I would still really want to see build a band in action. So
right.
Cool. With that said, we are actually approaching the hour mark. And final shout outs. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for our wonderful partners here that it's on the call with me, David and Alex. Join us on Discord. We shall drop the link. Actually, let why don't you guys say the goodbye message while I drop the link in our chat?
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Till next time,
Mhm.
same bat channel.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. And oh wait, I'm going to still need to find a way to drop the link. Should have had that prepared.
Or you could just drop the call.
That's a good way to say goodbye.
Wait, pasting link. Link pasted. All right, see you guys next time in about
Bye,
2
all.
weeks. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.